Welcome to Kiribati, a nation of coral and sky, where ancient traditions and the ocean's power shape life on the edge of tomorrow. Kiribati is the only country on Earth that spans all four hemispheres: north, south, east, and west. This unique position makes it a true crossroads of the globe, a place where the lines we draw on maps come together in a single nation. Its islands are scattered across the vast Pacific, straddling both the equator and the 180-degree meridian. This means that Kiribati is not just a country, but a collection of islands that exist at the intersection of time and space, where days begin and end. Here, you can stand in the Western Hemisphere and gaze across the water to the eastern, or look south across the equator to another part of your own country. It's a place where you can experience the world's hemispheres meeting, all within a single view. Though its land area is tiny, Kiribati's territory stretches across an astonishing 3.5 million square kilometers of ocean, an expanse larger than many countries, making its presence felt far beyond its shores. This remarkable geography challenges the way we think about borders and reminds us that nature's boundaries are far more fluid and interconnected than the lines we draw on our maps. Kiribati, a remote island nation in the Pacific Ocean, is the very first country in the world to greet the new year. As the clock strikes midnight, its people are the first to step into a brand new chapter, celebrating with joy and anticipation along the tranquil beaches and under the vast open sky. This unique honor is thanks to Kiribati's special position right beside the international date line, the invisible boundary where each new day officially begins. In 1995, Kiribati made a bold decision to shift the date line eastward, uniting all its scattered islands under a single time zone. Before this change, the country was split by a whole day, causing confusion for families and communities spread across the archipelago. This historic move also created Millennium Island, formerly known as Caroline Island, which became the very first place on Earth to witness the sunrise of the new millennium, a moment watched by millions around the globe. On December 31st, 1999, the eyes of the world turned to Kiribati as it welcomed the 21st century before anyone else, with vibrant celebrations, music, and heartfelt gatherings marking this once-in-a-lifetime event. This unique status is a deep source of pride for the people of Kiribati, who see themselves as the world's official timekeepers, ushering in each new year with hope and unity. Every New Year's Day, as the sun's first rays gently touch the shores of Kiribati, we are reminded that the future truly begins here, on these peaceful islands at the edge of the world. Kiribati is a remote nation made up of 33 coral atolls and reef islands, each one painstakingly built by tiny coral polyps over countless millennia. These living structures rise from the depths of the Pacific, forming rings and crescents of land that barely break the surface of the sea. These islands are grouped into three main clusters: the Gilbert, Phoenix, and Line Islands. Scattered across a vast expanse of the Central Pacific, they are separated by thousands of kilometers of open ocean, making Kiribati one of the most dispersed countries on Earth. The land here is never more than a few meters above sea level. The soil is thin and sandy, offering little nourishment for plants, and the people face constant challenges from the encroaching ocean, which threatens to reclaim the land with every storm and high tide. Life in Kiribati is shaped by a delicate balance between the slow, persistent growth of coral and the relentless, erosive power of wind and waves. The reefs provide both protection and sustenance, but they are fragile, easily damaged by storms or changes in the sea. The atoll is both a home and a hazard, a slender, vulnerable ribbon of life surrounded by the vastness of the world's largest ocean. Here, every inch of land is precious, and survival depends on adapting to the ever-changing rhythms of the sea. To truly understand Kiribati, you must first understand the atoll itself, beautiful, precarious, and entirely at the mercy of the sea. It is a place where resilience is a way of life, and where the ocean is both a giver and a taker. Deep within Kiribati's waters lies the Phoenix Islands Protected Area, one of the world's largest marine reserves. This sanctuary teems with life, over 500 fish species, whales, dolphins, and pristine coral reefs. By protecting this vast area, Kiribati made a bold sacrifice, prioritizing ocean health over fishing revenue. PIPA stands as a beacon of hope, a living laboratory and a gift to future generations. Kiribati faces an existential threat: rising sea levels. With an average elevation of just 2 meters, the islands are already suffering from flooding, erosion, and saltwater contamination. King tides now regularly inundate homes and poison freshwater supplies. The government has even purchased land in Fiji as a last resort for its people. Kiribati's struggle is a stark warning of climate change's human cost. A nation on the front line, though it contributed almost nothing to the crisis. Their fate is a mirror for our planet's future. The ancestors of the Kiribati were master navigators, crossing vast ocean distances without modern tools. They read the stars, ocean swells, winds, and even the flight of seabirds to find their way. This knowledge, passed down through chants and stories, was a science of survival and harmony with nature. Though GPS has replaced these skills, the legacy of the great navigators endures in Kiribati's culture. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our deep connection to the world around us. Kiribati is pronounced Kiribati, a clue to its unique language and history. The TI is pronounced as S in the Kiribati language, a legacy of early European missionaries adapting the Roman alphabet. The name itself is a local rendering of Gilbert's, after Captain Thomas Gilbert. Using the correct pronunciation is a sign of respect for the culture and its linguistic heritage. It's a small but meaningful way to see Kiribati through the eyes of its people. Surrounded by ocean, Kiribati faces a daily struggle for fresh water. With no rivers or mountains, the islands rely on a fragile lens of groundwater, easily contaminated by saltwater and drought. Wells tap into this precious resource, but rising seas and storm surges threaten its survival. The scarcity of fresh water shapes every aspect of life here. It's a constant reminder of the delicate balance required to live on a coral atoll. The coconut palm is the backbone of life in Kiribati. Every part of the tree is used: food, drink, shelter, rope, and even fuel. Copra, the dried coconut flesh, is the nation's main export and a vital source of income. The coconut palm thrives where little else can grow, symbolizing the resilience and ingenuity of the Kiribati. It's truly the tree of life, sustaining body, culture, and economy. The Kiribati are a people of Micronesian descent, bound by deep traditions and a powerful sense of community. Extended families live together, sharing resources and supporting one another. Elders are respected, and oral traditions, storytelling, music, and dance preserve their culture. Despite hardships, the Kiribati are known for their warmth, resilience, and joy. Their spirit is the heart of the nation, enduring through every challenge. Dance in Kiribati is sacred storytelling, inspired by the frigate bird's graceful flight. Dancers use sharp, bird-like arm movements to convey myths, history, and daily life. Performances, held in the Maneaba, are central to celebrations and cultural identity. Each gesture is a living link to ancestors, a proud declaration of who the Kiribati are. Kiribati is one of the world's most remote nations, accessible only by a handful of flights each week. Its isolation has preserved unique traditions, but also brings economic and logistical challenges. Travel between islands is difficult, with infrequent flights and long sea journeys. For many, a trip to the capital is a once-in-a-lifetime event. This remoteness makes Kiribati a world apart, where life moves to the rhythm of tides and sun. South Tarawa, the capital, is a string of islets linked by a single road, home to over half the nation's population. Space is scarce, and infrastructure is stretched, creating a vibrant but challenging urban environment. Tarawa was the site of a major World War II battle. Remnants still line its shores. Today, it's the beating heart of Kiribati, resilient, chaotic, and full of life. The ocean is Kiribati's lifeblood. Fishing sustains families and the nation's economy. Traditional methods endure, with outrigger canoes and handlines still common. The country's waters are among the world's richest tuna grounds, making fishing licenses its main revenue source. But overfishing and climate change threaten this vital resource. The future of Kiribati is tied to the health of its ocean. Kiribati faces an uncertain future, threatened by rising seas and climate change. Yet, the Kiribati are not passive. They innovate, adapt, and raise their voices for climate justice. Their resilience shines in their dances, their stories, and their daily lives. Theirs is a story of hope and courage, not despair. Kiribati's spirit endures, floating between ocean and sky. Thank you for joining us on this journey to Kiribati, a nation whose story echoes the challenges of our planet. Share this video to amplify their voice and spread awareness. The fate of Kiribati is a call to action for us all. Let's make sure we listen.